Welcome to War India News Hour. What is dark web, deep web and surface web? When you hear of the dark web, what comes to the mind? Much like its name, the dark web is a hidden internet often linked to an online underworld. The dark web, sometimes called the deep web, is anything that's not indexed by search engines like Google. You will need a special browser like Tor to access it. The dark web is the part of the deep web where criminal activities happens. Cybercriminals sell stolen data like credit cards, passwords, phone numbers, social security numbers, and more. The dark web is the hidden collective of internet sites only accessible by a specialized web browser. It is used for keeping internet activity anonymous and private, which can be helpful in both legal and illegal applications. While some use it to evade government censorship, it has also been known to be utilized for highly illegal activities. The deep web rests below the surface and accounts for approximately 90% of all websites. This would be the part of an iceberg beneath the water, much larger than the surface web. In fact, this hidden web is so large that it's impossible to discover exactly how many pages or websites are active at any one time. Carrying on with the analogy, big search engines could be considered like fishing boats that can only catch websites close to the surface. Everything else, from academic journals to private databases and more illicit content, is out of reach. This deep web also includes the portion that we know as the dark web. While many news outlets use deep web and dark web interchangeably, much of the deep portion as a whole is perfectly legal and safe. The dark web itself, though, is not illegal. It offers plenty of sites that, while often objectionable, violate no laws. You can find, for instance, forums, blogs, and social media sites that cover a host of topics such as politics and sports, which are not illegal. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. HackerU acquires Cybint for $50 million to accelerate software as a service, that is SaaS training solutions. HackerU, founded by veteran Israeli cybersecurity and digital technology experts, now known as ThriveDX, which creates cybersecurity and other digital skills programs, is acquiring Israeli cybersecurity training company Cybint, a SaaS-based cyber education company, for an estimated $50 million. HackerU provides digital workforce training to students, postgraduate professionals, and the community in the US, Europe, and Asia through partnerships with universities. Cybint team will support HackerU by signing additional partnerships and accelerating the development of software as a service training solutions with a strong emphasis on corporate trainings and cybersecurity education solutions globally. Bluecore, the latest unicorn focusing into B2B retail technology companies. Bluecore, an e-commerce personalization platform, announced a $125 million Series E on a $1 billion valuation. Bluecore CEO and co-founder Faiz Mohammed says that retail outreach was mostly about driving traffic to brick-and-mortar stores or to the company website, but as most businesses gets conducted online, it has changed how brands have to interact with their customers. Mahmood says the pandemic really pushed things into the digital realm where his company's strength lies, and that's one of the primary reasons they are taking on this funding. Amazon has extended its work from home period to January 2022. Amazon has told its corporate employees that it doesn't expect them to return to office until next year amid rising COVID-19 cases. Amazon said it is extending work from home for employees in US and some other countries to January 3rd of 2022. A spike in COVID-19 infections powered by the highly contagious Delta variant of the virus has prompted some big companies to put off plans to reopen offices. Previously, Amazon had said that it expected most employees to begin returning to office from September 7, 2021. Number one reason startups fail is because founders quit, says Airbnb CEO. Airbnb co-founder and CEO Brian Chesky told in an interview that he would rather work with great founders on a not great idea than not excellent founders on a great idea. Chesky said that the number one reason why startups fail is because the founders quit. Having great founders that can support you is the most important thing, he added. The statement is very important, reason being the founder who quits the organization comes again with certain new ideas and at times it compete or collaborate with the company. Recently, we saw White Hat Junior's CEO Karan Bajaj quit exactly a year after Byju's acquired the company. Mindtickle becomes the latest unicorn after raising $100 million led by SoftBank. Mindtickle, which is into software as a service, joins the coveted 20th Unicorn Club in the year 2021. It has raised $100 million in its Series E round of funding led by Japanese investment giant SoftBank at a valuation of $1.2 billion. Mindtickle helps companies build sales capabilities including training, onboarding, working on each aspect of sales, practicing and improving it using technology. Krishna Dipura, CEO and co-founder of Mindtickle says revenue leaders understand that sales readiness is a mission-critical component of their strategy to consistently meet or exceed their goals. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to Var India News magazine. You can download the Var India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.